Welcome to the Stockton Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of the many sessions that is happening, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And this presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at the same website where you registered. And now I would like to hand it over to our first presenter, the University of Nevada, Reno.
All right, hello everyone. Thank you all for being here this evening, especially in light of still having virtual classes and having virtual life for the most part as well. So it's always wonderful when you take the time to really learn about other institutions. So my name is Shaylor and I am a regional admissions counselor with University of Nevada, Reno. So we're taking a step just right outside of the Stockton area, about 2.5 hours away from where you're located and going into Reno, Nevada. So we're about 45 minutes from Lake Tahoe and we're nestled in the Sierra Nevadas. In our institution, we are a tier 1 research institution. We have about 18,000 undergraduate students, so you really get a good medium-sized institution, but we have about 300 plus different clubs and organizations that you can be a part of. And as far as what different organizations that we have on campus you can participate in, we do have an honors college on campus. So if you are an AP or an honors student now, or you just want to challenge yourself a little bit more in the college setting, that's going to really be a great opportunity for you. We do also have some first generation programs. So if you have parents, neither of which have graduated from a four-year institution, these programs can help you really succeed in college. And we have different resources like mentors, and they would kind of offer you all sorts of different tips and tricks while you're a student with us. We do also have a study abroad program on campus as well that's nationally used. And we can go to 27 different locations, and we have about 50 plus different cities that you can attend as well. And we have about 145 plus different programs. So we'll talk a little bit about what those are, where you can find, but just know that especially as a California student, we have the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program. So we'll talk about how that can apply to your programs. And if you're interested in what those qualifications look like, just make sure to type into the Q&A. I'll make sure to let you know what those are. But just know that we have no impacted programs. So you, as long as you are accepted to the University of Nevada, can choose to study whichever major you want. So there's no separate application for major. That's including engineering, that is including nursing. So that's really awesome as well. In addition to all this, we are a Division I school. So if you want to see a really high caliber level of sports, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to do so. You can go to all of our home games for free. And actually, we are going to have a sports season this year for football. So we are in the Mountain West Conference. And if you're already kind of have an inkling that you're going to be a Wolfpack fan, our first game is going to be this Saturday against Wyoming. So I think that's going to be pretty exciting. A little bit more about where you can find the majors, where they're located. We have 13 different colleges and they range in a wide variety. So as far as what our majors look like, we have graphic design major, we have a journalism major, we have engineering, we have biochemistry, molecular biology. So we have a lot of things that really fall under this. So I like to have this on the screen, give you an idea of where you might find those. Another really interesting program we have is a 4-year education program. So especially coming from California, it's common that you take a 5th year to get that licensure for teaching, but you can do all of that at the same time at Nevada. So that's going to be really awesome and really great opportunity. For our engineering, again, these programs are not impacted. So if you are accepted, you can choose to study any of our majors or emphases, such as mechanical, electrical, biomedical, civil. We also debuted an aerospace minor this semester, and that's going to be turning into a major in the spring or really coming forward in the future. So especially if you're a junior or below, even a senior now, that's going to be up and coming in the future. We are growing in engineering. So that middle photo you're seeing on the screen is our new engineering building that opened in the summer. So this is the first semester that students have access to that. And we do have a clean lab in there. So that's, you're going to go in your scrubs. It's clean of outside microbes, clean of outside anything. So you get really the true clean research experience, which is really awesome to have as an undergrad. A lot of really great research happening in engineering. We have minors such as cybersecurity, big data, and unmanned autonomous systems, for example. And I do like to highlight, we do have the arts as well as the sciences. So we have a new arts building that opened in January of 2019. And within that, we have soundproof practice rooms, a new performance hall. It's really helping us to grow the other different majors we have. For example, we have musical theater. We do have a dance major as well. And we have a wealth of other different School of the Arts emphases, such as painting, drawing, and like I was saying, graphic design. So we allow you to really kind of double dip in both the sciences and the arts. It's super easy to pick up a major in the arts and a minor in the sciences, or vice versa. And keep in mind, you as a student still have access to these resources, even if you're not necessarily a music major or minor. You can participate in our ensembles or marching band. You could also have access to these practice rooms as well. And we do have a wealth of opportunities that happen outside of graduation, outside of the classroom. So these are just a few of the different companies that are not only advertising their jobs and internships at our college and career fairs that we host at least once a semester, but these are actually where our students are getting employed after graduation. So just to give you an idea, we actually do have a Tesla Gigafactory about a half an hour away from campus. So that's a really great opportunity. IBM, Google, Amazon have different warehouses within the Reno area. So you do have access to actually a lot of really big name companies. In the Reno area, Reno is called the biggest little city. So you still get that small college town feel and vibe. So all of that connected together, you really get the true college experience, but you get big time opportunities. And we're kind of coming close to the end here, but just know if you have any additional questions, definitely feel free to reach out to us. If you're able to take a tour, we actually are offering in-person campus walking tours. So please feel free to sign up for those at unr.edu/visit. And especially since we're the Northern California area, we have a Wolfpack NorCal Instagram dedicated to students just like yourselves. And of course, always ask questions. So I'm here, so this is a great opportunity to type those into the chat. And feel free to reach out to me via any of these resources, my email, my cellular work phone number as well. And again, really thank you for taking the time for this. And I'll kind of pass this over to our moderator and let you hear from some other great.
Great, thank you so much. And our next institution that you'll hear from is the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So I just want to remind everyone that if you have questions to our panelists, they're here to answer all your questions. So be sure that if you are directing a question to a specific institution, whether it's the one that's currently presenting, that you go ahead and add the institution's name to the question so they know that it's directed to them. And I also just want to make sure, Kelsey, if you want to hit display settings and have this be on slideshow.
Am I in my
Presenter mode?
Presenter mode. What do I need to click for it?
Just go to display settings at the top in the header and then swap presenter view to slideshow.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right. Again, welcome. Again, thank you guys for coming to the presentation today. I'm sure you're all a little bit virtually exhausted. I totally understand that. My name's Kelsey Kaplan. I'm a senior admission coordinator in the Office of Admissions here at UNLV. I was a student here at UNLV as well, so I am an alumna and I've grown up here in the Las Vegas area as well. So I'm very familiar with our campus and our community as I give you this presentation, so feel free to throw in any questions as you have those. UNLV is the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So we're located just in the southern part of Nevada, not too far from you guys either. The University of Nevada, Las Vegas is considered a large public state university. So we have about 26,000 undergraduate students on campus. But one of the things students always notice about campus is, although we are a big school, the campus doesn't feel that big. When students are on campus, you can definitely feel that sense of campus community. Our average class size is actually 30. So we do have very small class sizes for being a large institution as well. So I kind of think students get the best of both worlds. Being on a big campus, you get a lot of access to a lot of students, resources, campus clubs and organizations, athletics, internships, but also the campus itself doesn't feel that overwhelming. I know that's important sometimes for students to understand. This map right here gives you an idea of where we get students from outside of the US. So UNLV is ranked as the second most diverse institution in the country. Over the last several years, we've been consistently ranked as one of the most diverse institutions in the US. Diversity is really important to students here at UNLV and to our community in Las Vegas. So if you've ever been to Las Vegas, something you might recognize right away is that the city is very diverse, and that transcends right into the university as well. I know when I was in high school, I didn't necessarily think about diversity as much as I think you guys maybe do right now, but something that I like students to understand is being on a diverse campus really gives you the opportunity to be exposed to students who come from different backgrounds, different cultures, and give you that experience to have as you're a student, you can take with you when you graduate too. This map here shows you where we get students from outside of the US, and that's because our hospitality program is ranked #1 in the US and #2 in the world. So we get students from all over the entire globe that come to study in our hospitality management program. It's something we're very well known for. So the students in the hospitality college get a lot of opportunities for internships and job experiences here in Las Vegas. That's not the only program we have. Our hospitality program is absolutely something we're known for. So if you came here, that's something that, you know, is prominent at UNLV, but we have over 300 majors at UNLV. And really you can choose from almost anything. We have all of our colleges that are posted on here have different majors in them. We have pre-professional biology in our College of Sciences. We also have fine arts programs in our College of Fine Arts, like dance. We have a College of Engineering, business. We also have an honors college as well. So I know this might sound overwhelming. You're like, wow, you guys have a lot. We also have different presentations that you can sign up for to learn more about our specific programs. So if you're really interested in a certain niche, I'd encourage you to sign up for one of those because they'll dig a lot deeper into those programs. We also have an honors college on campus. Our honors college is very selective in our admissions process. So I'll go through our admissions stuff at the end, but the honors college does have their own admissions process and they're looking for very high achieving students. So if that sounds like you, I'd encourage you to check out the honors college as well. UNLV has over 300 clubs and organizations, and we also are Division I in athletics. One of the highlights I think about being a student here is UNLV students get free tickets to all of our athletic games. So you can go onto your student ticket portal and actually download any student tickets to go to any of our games. So if you want to go see the UNLV football team play in the new Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders are playing, you'll be able to go do that for free. Our students also can go to the basketball games in the Thomas and Mack Center. So athletics is a big thing students can get involved in. And of course it's free. So you'll be looking for free activities when you get to college. UNLV is not a highly selective institution, so as long as you meet our admissions requirements here at UNLV, we will be able to admit you. So right now we have suspended our ACT/SAT requirement. You do not need to submit an SAT or ACT for admissions. You only need to have a 3.0 core academic GPA. So if that's something you were concerned about, you don't need to worry about that right now for UNLV. And we're also a WUI school as well. So the WUI is a tuition discount here at UNLV. You can receive, it takes your tuition down to about $12,000 a year to go out of state. To receive the WUI scholarship, you have to have a 3.25 unweighted GPA. So as long as you have a 3.25 unweighted GPA and meet our priority deadline of November 1st, we'll be able to award you the WUI scholarship. So that's gets me kind of to my last stuff here. If you are a senior right now and you're interested in applying, November 1 is our priority deadlines for scholarships. So if you are looking to receive a good amount of scholarships, you know you're a high achieving student, we want to see that application in by November 1. We do have some additional freshman scholarships we're awarding, but right now they're up for review because they typically require the test score. So those are being reviewed at this time. So if you were to apply now, get your FAFSA in, we'll start awarding financial aid packages in the spring. If you have any questions at all, I know 6 minutes is definitely not enough time to learn about a college. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me or sign up for any of our other presentations as well, and you can learn a lot more about our campus. And that brings me to the end of my presentation.
Great, thank you so much. And our next presenter that you'll hear from tonight will be Oregon Institute of Technology. And just a reminder, our presenters are here to answer any questions that you have. So feel free to drop those questions into the Q&A, and I'll hand it over to our colleague from Oregon Institute of Technology.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jim, and I'm an admissions counselor with Oregon Tech. I work with you from the time you say you're interested in us all the way until your first day in class on campus. We are a small public university here at Oregon Tech, or Oregon Institute of Technology, in the state of Oregon. So beautiful and sunny Southern Oregon. Our colors are blue and gold for a reason. We have 300 days of blue skies and the gold hills that sit behind our campus. We are a residential campus with traditional residence halls as well as village apartments. We are almost completely ran off renewable energy. About 90% of our energy comes from solar panels collecting the sun rays on campus, and then our geothermal well powering our buildings, as well as heat and hot water provided on campus. We do overlook the Cascade Mountain Range, so beautiful outdoor experience for everyone, whether it's just walking to and from campus, or if you want to get involved in our outdoor programs and leadership. We do service over 2,300 students at our main campus, but we have students in the Northern Oregon area, up in Portland at our Oregon Health Sciences University location, working at the big research hospital in Oregon as well. So we are Oregon's premier polytechnic university. What this means is that all students, regardless of your major, you're going to come away with experiential learning outcomes. So we do have an average class size of about 17 students. All of our professors teach our classes. We don't have upperclassmen students teaching any of our courses. We try to keep those students engaged and collaborative within their classrooms, or experiential learning outcomes come in the form of labs, research, internships, or externships. So an externship example is our medical imaging students working 11 months in the hospital during their senior year to complete their bachelor's of science. We also have the top graduate success out of any university in the state of Oregon. So our students are employed within their intended majors within 6 months of graduation. At least 96% of them are. And then we do have the top paid graduates out of any university in the state of Oregon. And there on your screen, you'll see our brand new building, our Center of Excellence in Engineering and Technology, that is opening up this fall 2021. We are broken down into 2 colleges. So our College of Engineering, Technology, and Management. You'll see on your screen that there are some majors that are underlined. So these ones are more popular or unique to Oregon Tech. Mechanical engineering students are having a variety of options to go into, such as automotive, aeronautical, or aerospace. We have graduates that work for Boeing, SpaceX, and NASA, and doing robotics and rocketry projects while they're on campus. We're the first school in the nation to offer a Bachelor's of Science and a Master's of Science in Renewable Energy Engineering. And then very popular because a lot of technology is around us as we're doing everything virtual now. Computer engineering and software engineering students actually take 8 engineering classes in their first year. Cybersecurity is important as well, as this industry is booming, and we'll see an increase of 20% within the next 10 years. We have students in the health sciences as well. So we're producing the only graduates with Bachelor's of Science degrees on the West Coast for all of those close cohort programs on the left-hand side there. So we have 5 medical imaging modalities going into ultrasound, nuclear medicine, or X-ray. We have students in our biology health sciences program that have an 80% acceptance rate into their first choice professional program, whether that's dental school, medical school, or a doctorate of physical therapy program, which we are bringing the first public university doctoral physical therapy program to Oregon coming next fall. Also beautiful environmental sciences because we have Crater Lake National Park just 45 minutes north of us, and a lot of opportunities to get out in the field. Your lab is the environment. So getting out there and getting your hands dirty is a part of what we do at Oregon Tech. We do have a lot of engagement on campus outside of the classroom, whether it's academic-based clubs, social-based clubs, community or outdoor programs. We also have national championships and several of our 14 NAI Division II athletic programs. So these are all free for students to attend, whether it's indoor or outdoor games or events happening on or off campus. So great opportunity for students to get involved outside of the classroom here at Oregon Tech. We also, for our application process, have our application through our own website. We just look for 15 core subjects, a 3.0 GPA or higher. We do not require letters of recommendation, test scores, or any of that. We also will waive your application fee for you if you are a senior. The waiver code is on your screen and it's first year, all lowercase. We do rolling admissions, so if you apply on our self-report application, you'll receive an admissions decision within 5 business days. We like to see you apply before March 1st so you can be eligible for scholarships. We are a WUI school as well, so the Western Undergraduate Exchange Program applies to majority of our programs. There's no special requirements of a GPA or a special application. As long as you're admitted to the university, you are accepted into our WUI program, which is about 150% discount on tuition from our in-state tuition or 50% off of out-of-state costs. If you have more questions about any of our programs or anything I touched on today, You can reach us at www.oit.edu, or you can reach out to myself here on the screen by email or phone. So we appreciate y'all being here tonight, and thank you, and let us know if you have questions in the chat.
Great, thank you. And the next presenter that you will be hearing from today will be California Institute of Technology. As was alluded earlier, feel free to drop any questions that you have in the Q&A for any of our panelists. And also add the institution's name to the question if you're directing it to a specific institution. So I'll hand it over to Caltech.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. My name is Joanna Araujo. I use pronouns she, they, and I am Senior Associate Director of Admissions at the California Institute of Technology, also known as Caltech for short. And Caltech is located in Pasadena, California. And I would like to start off this evening by acknowledging the land and the life of the Tongva people, as this is their ancestral homeland. You may know Pasadena because of the Tournament of Roses parade and the Rose Bowl parade that take place on January 1st of each year. Caltech and Pasadena are a 20-minute drive just outside of downtown Los Angeles. And Caltech is in a suburban environment, so we're closely located within walking distance to shopping, restaurants, and museums. Okay. I'm having some technical difficulties here. My apologies. There we go. So at Caltech, curiosity is a common thread that binds many of us. Our students have the power to tirelessly ask questions about the world. They want to know how it works, why it works that way. And these are just some examples of questions that our students have about themselves and that they ask others. So I invite you to think about the ways that you really take action to your own curiosities. For some students, this could be formal research or classes. Others might be tinkering at home or self-teaching. And so pictured here is curiosity in and of itself. This is a Mars rover that travels across the surface of the planet, thanks to the scientists and researchers at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL. JPL is a division of Caltech that we manage for NASA. And curiosity really unlocks innovation at Caltech. Here's where you see learning and ideas coming forward. You build rapport and trust amongst your team members. And at Caltech, our means of innovation is really through research. Our flagship program is the Summer Undergraduate Research Fellowship, also known as SURF for short. And here's where students can find a mentor and work on a project together for 10 weeks. At the end of 10 weeks, they are able to present their findings to our entire scientific community. And you can see a photo of that on the bottom left-hand corner. A lot of this research is aimed to ask questions that haven't been asked quite just yet. When we also think about Caltech as an intimately sized campus, we have about 960 undergraduate students. We're typically under 1,000 undergrads every year and 1,200 graduate students and 300 full-time faculty that teach all of our classes. So what this means for you is that when we boil all of these numbers down, we have a 3-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which provides easy access and opportunities to students to form interactive experiences with peers and faculty alike. Now, this small size of our campus also allows students to really think big, and all of our undergraduate students have to take the core curriculum as listed here, regardless of their intended major. And while you should expect math and science courses at a place like Caltech that predominantly works with STEM, you might also be surprised by things like 12 terms of humanities and social sciences. So we believe very much in mixing different fields and seeing how topics that on the surface might not come together or seem very related have a lot in common. In and outside of the classroom, all of our students are risk takers, and they're people who may not always feel bold, and yet they move with grit. At times, they may recognize that they're the only person with a particular interest in STEM, and this makes them feel a little bit out of sorts. And so this feeling of being uncomfortable is what they don't know and may not understand, but that's what pushes them to take action and pursue answers. Collaboration at Caltech does not end though in the classrooms and the lab. There's lots to learn through a campus community by getting involved in extracurricular activities. For example, a lot of our students, when we do return back to campus, because we are fully remote at the moment, I'm sure are looking forward to D3 athletics, campus clubs, student organizations, student government, theater arts, volunteering, and music. So our residential component looks a little bit differently right now because of the pandemic, but we are still making strides to make sure that our students feel like we are a community, even though we are virtual. I'm not going to go too much in depth into our application requirements because our website can tell you a lot about what we require, but I do want to mention that you see here standardized tests. And so for the fall of 2021 and fall of 2022, we have acted a moratorium, which means we are not considering or reviewing SAT or ACT scores for students who are applying for first year admission. We also are accepting Duolingo and the TOEFL, of course, for students who are interested in submitting those scores to us. But also this takes place for the AP exams as well. So students who want to submit AP scores, please know that we will not consider or review them either. And again, this is just to make sure that we have equitable access for all students. This is our website and email address. I invite you to check out what we require, our process, and also learn about our transfer admission and free to processes as well, in case you're interested in that. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
Thank you, Caltech. And the next institution to be here this evening is London Metropolitan University. Just a reminder, the representatives are here to answer your questions, so feel free to ask your questions in the Q&A and they will be responding, and it can be to any institution and not necessarily specific to the current presenter. So I'll pass it over to London Metropolitan University.
Is it working? Hello. Hello, everyone. My name is Jadon Joyner, and I'm representing London Metropolitan University. And that is not how I sound at all. I always like to have a little bit of fun with these Zoom sessions, but in all seriousness, my name is Jadon Joyner, and I am representing London Metropolitan University. We are a university based in the UK, and I'm really here to talk about a slightly less traditional option for university. We all know the benefits of studying abroad, but this opportunity at London Metropolitan will allow you to actually live abroad. And so again, my name is Jadon Joyner, and I'm an international officer. I'm also joined by my colleague, Megan Godding, who's an international officer as well. I'm based in Los Angeles, so I'm here to help out with any of the California students with any questions that you'll have. And I typically work with students in the Southwest and the West, and my colleague works with people in the East Coast at Mid-Atlantic and Southeast. And so if you need to take a quick screenshot of our emails, you can reach us there. And if you actually forget our emails, you can reach us at international@londonmet.ac.uk. And we're here to help you with everything that you need, from visa to takeoff to application and anything else along the way. So a little overview about London Metropolitan University. We are based in the UK again. We have two campuses, the Holloway campus and our Altgate campus, which are both based in central London. We have 10,000 students representing 147 nationalities. At London Metropolitan, we really value diversity, and we really value you. We want you with your difference of opinion, with your religion, with your culture, with your background, and we really hope that you can experience other people's difference of opinion and really just grow and help us solve some of the problems that we have today. One of our alumni or alumnuses that we really value is Sadiq Khan, who is actually the mayor of London, and he represents that diversity as well. So why should you consider getting a full degree in the UK? So a traditional option for most students in the US is they go away to school, they go to school for 4 years, and then they go, if they want to get a master's degree, that takes an additional 2 years. So in the UK, it's actually a 3-year bachelor degree program. We kind of chop off that first year and you dive straight into your subject area. And then if you want to get a master's degree, you can get a 1-year master's degree. And so get that 3-year bachelor's and 1 year's master's in 4 years. And then often we can be a little bit more affordable than some of the out of state and private US options. So typically tuition ranges from 12,000 to 14,000 pounds, which kind of approximates to about 16,000 to 18,000 US dollars. And if you combine the tuition, groceries, living, coming back and forth from the US, we usually suggest that you budget around $35,000. And which is usually cheaper than a lot of the out of state and private options. We offer international scholarships and we accept US financial aid and student loans through FAFSA. So studying in the studying in the UK can be cheaper and faster. Like some of the other colleges here, we are rolling admissions. We have no application fee. You can apply right through our website. We have a September and a January start date, and we have opportunities for internships and working in London and in the UK. And if you want to stay in London or the UK afterwards, we have this thing called a post-study work visa, which allows you to stay and work in the UK. And for those students who want to come back to the US, maybe for the summer break or come back for Christmas or Thanksgiving, a lot of times in the UK, we have longer holidays and longer breaks. So if you want to come back, that is an option as well. Here is a picture from our hallway campus. And a little bit more about our hallway campus is it is our more left brain campus. We have business, human sciences, social sciences. It's if you're a fan of soccer or football, as it's called in the UK, we're actually directly next to Emirates Stadium where Arsenal Football Club actually plays. And we're close to a train station where if you want to travel to Paris, you can go there and it's a 3-hour train ride to Paris. Here is a picture of our Altgate campus, and which is more of our right brain campus. It has a lot of our arts, architecture, and design, and it's an amazing campus, and it's really close to the Tower of London, actually. So this is our 30 million pound new science center that we just developed, which is located in our hallway campus. Okay. Here's some more pictures of our learning centers. It's really interesting because in Europe, a lot of times we think that everything is going to be old, but you can see with London Metropolitan, everything is very new, modern, and updated. Here's some more pictures of our cutting edge classrooms. We also have some pictures of our new TV studio newsroom. Here is some pictures of our art, architecture, and design studios. And then also as a student, there's so many opportunities to just interact with more students on campus at our cafe, bars, our chill out zones, our pubs. And also as students, you have opportunities to have discounts to different things, museums, art galleries, theater around. And so this is a little bit more about our application process. Again, we're rolling admission and we encourage you to apply as soon as possible so there's a better chance of international scholarships. And then again, my name is Jadon Joyner and you can reach us here. Thank you so much.
Great, thank you. And the next institution that you will be hearing from is Quinnipiac University. And that is the last institution. So just a reminder, please add any questions that you have to the Q&A so the representatives can answer them for you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kitty Strong, and I'm an Associate Director of Admissions at Quinnipiac University, and I'm joining you from the East Coast. I am also a two-time alum of Quinnipiac, so it's a great opportunity to always talk with students who have an interest in us. Our campus is a traditional New England style feel, pretty much probably the opposite of what you just heard from London Metropolitan. We have the green grass, frisbee throwing on the quad type of environment. And our Mount Carmel campus is right across the street from a state park that's called Sleeping Giant State Park. So during this time of year, it's absolutely stunning with the fall foliage, but our students really get an opportunity to go hiking. Some of our science classes will also do some research over there, and some of their lab classes will do some projects over there as well. When I tell students that we have a state park right across the street, they tend to think that we're in the middle of nowhere. So I want to make sure that students understand that, yes, we are in a suburban environment. If you go one stop sign away, you will find, yes, a Dunkin' Donuts. That's what New England is known for. There is a Starbucks on campus, but some of you may turn into Dunkin' Donuts fans later on. And there's pizzerias and delis and restaurants. If you go 5 to 10 minutes down the road, you'll find a Target and a movie theater. And if you go 15 minutes down the road, you'll find the city of New Haven. We are less than 15 minutes away from Yale University. It's a good reference point for everyone. There's also several other universities in New Haven as well. So if you're looking for a little bit more of a hustle and bustle environment, it is very close by for our students. And also access to the train station, New Haven, which gets you Amtrak and Metro North. Amtrak runs through the majority of the Northeast, and Metro North runs through Connecticut and into New York. We're about an hour and 10-minute express train ride into New York City, 15 minutes outside of New Haven, and about 30 to 35 minutes from the capital of Connecticut, which is Hartford. And I'm happy to announce starting in January, there will be direct flights from San Francisco area to Hartford. So that makes it much more accessible for our students to be able to get to campus. The Mount Carmel campus is our main traditional undergraduate campus. It houses our first and second year students, as well as the majority of our undergraduate classes. Across the street, about a 4-minute drive, is our York Hill campus. And this looks like a ski lodge. It's all wood on the inside. It has Adirondack chairs that overlook the Long Island Sound, downtown New Haven. It has, on the other side, views of our state park. Up there is housing for upperclassmen students, our Rocky Top Student Center with additional student facilities, and our ice hockey and basketball arena. If you don't follow hockey now, you will definitely need to know Quinnipiac for our hockey teams, both men's and women's, which have sent a number of players to the men's and women's national leagues and professional level, respectively. So it's definitely our big sport on campus. And we also offer free student tickets for all of our athletics. And for some of you that enter into our pre-professional graduate level programs in the health sciences, nursing, or education areas, you might find yourself over on our North Haven campus, which I refer to as a suits and scrubs campus. It has our medical school, law school, graduate school of health sciences, graduate school of education, and our school of nursing. And that's an academic only campus for us, located about 12 minutes away. We are a medium-sized institution with about 7,000 undergraduate students. Smaller academic feel, our average class size is 24 students. We don't have teaching assistants. We don't have graduate students teaching any of our classes. So it's really an opportunity to get to know your professors. And on the flip side of that, I mentioned our hockey team, but we do have 21 Division I sports in total, over 20 intramural offerings, and newly added last year, 12 club sports. We do have Greek life on campus, community service organizations, cultural identity groups, student government. So we're definitely a balanced institution where our students are very active and involved outside of the classroom. Academically, like many of my colleagues, we cover a lot. We have 6 undergraduate schools, including a College of Arts and Sciences and schools of business, communications, engineering, health sciences, and nursing. We do have some nationally ranked programs, including our physician assistant program, which is ranked 15th in the country. Our occupational therapy program is ranked 17th. So that does come with a little bit more of a competitive nature for some of those programs. I do want to point out some of our unique offerings at the academic level, where we offer students an opportunity, like my colleague over in London, the option to complete a bachelor's degree in 3 years and a master's in a 4th. So we have 3+1 offerings in business, communications, biology, theater, and economics, a 3+2 Master of Social Work degree, and a 3+3 law program with our own law school, so you'd actually stay with us. So a number of direct admit programs, including nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, and physician assistant, along with these accelerated dual degrees. We also have a 5-year Master's of Arts in Teaching program that will get you certified in elementary or secondary education. Many of my colleagues have discussed application dates. We are a more traditional timeline, early decision, to early action, and a regular admission decision for students that is new for us this year. And also, like many of my colleagues, we have moved to a different testing policy. We are only asking for scores for our direct admit 6-year physician assistant program and our 3+3 accelerated law program. However, we are more than happy to be flexible with students who don't have scores available. We do automatically consider students for a merit scholarship with or without scores. So that would be given to you on your acceptance letter. And for need-based aid, we ask that students fill out the FAFSA because we are a private institution in the Northeast. We understand our price tag might be a little bit higher than some of the other institutions that have presented tonight. I am more than happy to answer your questions along the way. I do represent our West Coast and Western region admissions. So if you do have any questions, I look forward to hearing from you. We are also open for campus visits. So as long as California stays on our cleared list to travel, I definitely recommend coming out to see campus and booking a visit with us. Thank you everyone for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you. And that is all of our panelists who will be presenting. Again, just want to remind that our representatives are here to answer your questions, any questions that you have regarding their institution. So we'll just leave a couple more minutes to see if anybody has any additional questions. I know, thank you for sending your questions. Our representatives have been answering them to the best of their ability. You've been asking some great questions in regards to AP credit, test blind policies, and so forth. So any additional questions, please drop those into the Q&A. And as we conclude this presentation, I just want to thank all of our presenters for their time and sharing insightful information that they've been able to share regarding their institution. And also thanking you for joining us. And when you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And also, this was just one of the many sessions that will be hosted. So be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recordings, as well as any other sessions that you've attended at the same website where you registered. Again, thank you to our presenters, and thank you to all of you who joined us today. And I hope you have a great evening.